Okay, so we've been talking about correlation coefficient and linear regression lines, but we never really said how you can find a linear regression line or how you can find the exact correlation coefficient. And actually, mathematically, it's really difficult to do. That's why we use technology to do this. That's why it's really important for you to have a graphing calculator, because we are going to be using that in this section and later on a lot. So if you don't have one, you're going to be at a big disadvantage. We need to get you a graphing calculator. Okay, so our goal right here is we got this chicken pox epidemic, right? In 1989, there was 185.4 cases of it, and this kind of shows how it's progressed over the years. It looks like it's going down over the years. And what we want to do is we want to see, hey, how many cases of chicken pox? If this is linearly regressing, how many cases should we see in 2014? And we're going to use graphing calculator, our data, or our technology to do this. And here's how you do that. First, step one is to enter the data into the calculator. To do that, you got to go to Stat and Edit. This is in our TI 83s and 84s. So if we go to our calculator, you would start by clicking on the Stat button, and then you're going to go to the number 1, Edit, and push Enter. Okay? And when you're there, you're not going to see this. I put this data in here just so it doesn't slow us down. You're not going to see all this data. Under this L1, you're going to put the dates. Okay? And under the L2, you're going to put the number of cases in thousands of how many chickenpox there are. And once you get those all in, make sure you got them all in, double check them. This is where most students make the mistake. They entered them in really quick and they didn't double check that they had the right number there. You got to make sure it's right. If it's not, you're going to get a wrong answer. If you put it in right, the calculator will not do this wrong. Okay, so I got all my data in. That's step 1. Now let's move on to step 2 right here. From Stats, select Calculate and the linear regression AX plus B. Okay, so let's go back to the calculator. So Mr. Benson said click on Stat, and then, oh, there's Calculate up here like he said, so go over to Calculate, and then, oh, here's that linear regression AX plus B, so we'll go down to that, or you could click 4. Okay, and then so we're at this. Now here's what you got to think here. You got to choose your list. Now you all, for the most part, should have put under list 1 and list 2. So there's nothing really you have to do here. You just work your way down to calculate. If you had it under different lists, then you would have to change the L1 to maybe an L3 or the L2 to an L12 or whatever it's under. Okay, so we'll go on calculate and calculate. So you click enter. It brings you this screen. It thinks a little bit, and voila. It gives you all the information you need. Check it out. So here's our equation, y equals mx. This a is like an m plus b form. Our a is given to us. This a right here is negative 7.85, and our b is 15,800. So the third step is just to write the equation of the linear form. So let's write it. Let's do that in purple. So our equation is y equals negative 7.85x plus 15,800. There's our equation, our linear regression equation. I wonder if this thing's linear. Well, we'll find out. Maybe we'll find out more about that. So, oh, guess what else gave us? We don't need it for this problem, but it does tell us a little bit of something. When you look at this, look at what our R is. Our R is negative 0.8, which means it's got a negative, it's a negative, what is the word? Why am I blanking on the word? Negative correlation, right? It's going down from left to right. And it's kind of close to 1. It's not exactly close. I mean, it's not exactly 1, but it's kind of close. So this will give you an accurate idea of a decently accurate idea of about how many cases there should be in the year 2014. Okay? So that's what this R is, negative 0.8. Now, the next step says use your prediction of use your equation of the linear regression line to make your prediction. So we're going to take this line right here. You're going to rewrite it down here. And what you're going to do is you just need to do this. Take this 2014 and you just got to plug it in for your X. Because the X represents the dates, right? The years were your X column. That's your L1 column. Those were the dates. So if I were to do that, I got Y is equal to negative 7.85 times 2014 plus 15,800. Okay, and then let's get that 2014 in there. 2014. Okay, so I just took that and I plugged it in there. Now I just need my old calculator helper to figure this out. So let's put that in. We got negative 7.85 times 2014 minus 15,800. Did I put too many? Yep, I definitely did. 15,800. Okay, and push enter, and our answer is, holy cow. This should be, did I do that right? This should be negative. What? What's going? Oh, this is plus. Okay. Second enter. This shouldn't have been minus. It should have been plus here. Oh, such a delay. Here we go. There we go. This should be negative 9.9 thousand cases. Because remember, this is in thousands, right? So this is equal to negative 9.9. So there should be negative cases, which doesn't make any sense. So that might give you an idea that this linear regression line may give you somewhat of an estimate, but this obviously, this negative 9,900 cases, you can't have negative cases of chickenpox. The lowest you could go is 0, right? But there's always room for error, and that's why the R was 0.8. R is equal to 0.8. Negative 0.8, right? That's where there's a correlation, and that's why this maybe turned out to turn out like that. Or maybe this isn't linear. Maybe this function that we thought was going down linearly, a straight line, maybe it's really going like there. And it will just get closer and closer to 0 and will never eradicate this idea of chickenpox. So anyway, that's how you can use technology to find the linear regression equation and the correlation coefficient. Use this technology wisely. If you do not use this technology, you will struggle. I don't think I can even do it without using technology. So you need to get your hands on a TI-83 or TI-84 calculator.